So Robert Hare said to me, you need to get yourself some corporate psychopaths to interview. He said, this is the biggest story in the world. So I did. So I wrote to this man, Chainsaw Al Dunlap. He was famous in the 90s for going into failing businesses, becoming CEO, firing 30% of the workforce, always with a joke. That was his trademark. So one time somebody said to him, I've just bought myself a new car. And he said, well, I'll tell you what you don't have, a job. Plus, he threatened his first wife with a knife and said he always wondered what human flesh tasted like. So the day it was announced that Al Dunlap had become the new CEO of Sunbeam, the toaster manufacturers, and his reputation preceded him, the Sunbeam share price skyrocketed. It was the single highest share price rise in stock market history. So who's the psychopath? Is it Al Dunlap? Or is it the shareholders? Or is it capitalism itself? Yes. So anyway, I wrote to Al Dunlap, and I didn't want to say, can I come and interview you to find out if you're a psychopath? So instead I wrote, I believe that you may have a very special brain anomaly that makes you fearless and interested in the predatory spirit. Can I come and interview you about your special brain anomaly? And he wrote, come on over. So I went to Al Dunlap's grand Florida mansion, which was filled with sculptures and paintings of predatory animals. And it says on the checklist, they see the world in terms of predators and prey, and that it would be foolish not to exploit weaknesses in others. So he gave me a tour of his grounds. He said, over there you've got sculptures of lions and tigers. He was saying this in a less effeminate way. I said, it's as if Midas and the Queen of Narnia flew over a particularly fierce zoo and turned everything into stone and transported everything here. And he said, what? And I said, nothing. Anyway, before I tell you what happened at Al Dunlap's house, just to show you that he's not the only despot who enjoys predatory animal decor, let me take you on a very quick slideshow of despotic decor. So guess whose doorway this is? The 47th President of the United States. That's Mar-a-Lago. Next is President Tito of Yugoslavia. Next is Saddam Hussein. Now, I don't know if pigeons count as predatory animals. I guess unless you're a sandwich. But those claws, I walked by a pigeon yesterday and I had a look at its claws to see, and sure enough, those are exaggerated pigeon claws. But if you are underwhelmed by Saddam Hussein's pigeon doorway, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say, here is a painting that was found on Saddam Hussein's wall. I know what his visitors would have said when he showed it to them. They'd have said, I love it. Not every despot had predatory animal decor. Guess whose side table this was? Hitler. What a sweetie. And then, of course. So we went into his kitchen. It was me, Al Dunlap, and his wife, Judy. And I said, you know how I said in my email that you may have a very special brain anomaly? And he said, yeah, it's an amazing theory. It's like Star Trek. You're going where no man has gone before. And I said, well, some psychologists would say that this makes you a... I said, a what? I said, a psychopath. And in fact, I have a list of traits in my pocket. Can I go through them with you? And I think what saved me is that Al Dunlap, like all of us, loves nothing more than a mental health checklist. So we said, okay, so I got it out. I said, cunning, manipulative. He said, that's business leadership. I said, impulsivity. He said, that's just quick thinking in the marketplace. So he went down the psychopath checklist, redefining the items as business positives. As I say, I don't think anyone was really thinking about this at the time, the relationship between psychopathy and corporate power. I think my book probably popularized that idea. Something more recently that's emerged in our relationship with psychopaths is that certain items on the checklist are now being very widely encouraged.